So it was what? So y is equal to log of 1 plus x minus 2x divided by 2 plus x. This is my function, and we have to prove that this is increasing for in its domain. Okay, so in order to check whether the function is increasing or not, what I do, you have to find the slope. You have to find the slope, and how to find the slope? I will differentiate this function with respect to x. So what do you get? Differentiating with respect to x. Now if I differentiate with respect to x, what do you have? You have differentiation of y is dy dx, and differentiation of log of 1 plus x is 1 by 1 plus x. 1 by 1 plus x. Then differentiation of 2x by 2 plus x, I will use quotient rule. So I have square of the denominator 2 plus x whole square, then 2 plus x outside, the differentiation of numerator is 2, then minus, then I will write 2x out, sorry, I will take, yes, 2x out, the differentiation of 2 plus x is 1, so it will be just 2x in there. So what you have, 1 divided by 1 plus x minus, let's multiply 2, so I get 4 plus 2x minus 2x divided by 2 plus x whole square. So minus 2x goes out, so I have 1 by 1 plus x minus 4 divided by 2 plus x whole square. Now I did the LCM. So after doing LCM, what we have is 1 plus x, 2 plus x whole square. It will be 2 plus x whole square minus 4 into 1 plus x. So let us simplify this one. Just doing square. So I get 2 square is 4 plus 2ab, that will be 4x, and that will be plus x square minus, let's multiply 4, and this will be minus 4x divided by 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square. So this is what we have. So let us cut something. Minus 4x, 4x goes, minus 4, 4 goes. So what we have, I have x square, I have dy dx is equal to x square divided by 1 plus x, 1 plus x into 2x plus 1. So wait, let me check that one. 1 plus x, 2 plus x whole square. 1 plus x, I made a mistake in here. 1 plus x, 2 plus x whole square. So this is what we have. Okay. Now look at here carefully. The question was what? My question was, I have to prove that this function is increasing. I have to prove that this function is increasing. So I found out its slope. This is the back. This is it. So I found its slope, right? So the slope which I found is equal to this thing. That slope we found, it is equal to x square 1 plus x 2 plus x whole square. Okay, so this is my slope, right? Okay, so now in order to check whether the function is increasing, this slope must be greater than 0. This thing has to be so positive. Yes or no? That thing has to always be positive. Then only we can say that it is increasing. Yes or no? When I say when a function is increasing, when a function is increasing, it means what? It means what? The slope of the function is greater than 0, right? The slope of the function is greater than 0. That's what. That's how we can mean that the function is increasing. Now look at the differentiation carefully. Now tell me, will x square ever be negative? Will x square of any real number, square of any real number, will it ever be negative? No. Yes or no? Yes or no? So square of any real number. So may I know the question number? Question number is 7. We are just doing that question. Question number 7. So what we have in here is x square is always positive. For any value of x square is always positive. Again, you look at the denominator. The same condition, 2 plus x whole square is always positive, right? So square of any real number is positive, so this one is also positive, so this one is also positive. Okay, now only problem is that 1 plus x. My only problem is that 1 plus x. But you see, you look at the domain. The domain of the function is given what? X is always greater than minus 1. The domain of the function, they're saying what? X is greater than minus 1. X greater than minus 1 means what? X greater than minus 1 means what? 1 plus x is greater than 0. Yes or no? Yes, if you take minus 1 this side, so I get 1 plus x greater than 0, right? So 1 plus x is also positive. Please tell me, guys, yes or no? Yes or no? Since, write down, since x is less than minus 1, since x is less than minus 1, implies 1 plus x is greater than 0. Since x less than minus 1 implies 1 plus x greater than 0, then dy dx is always, then dy dx is always positive, right? So dy dx is always positive. Hence, hence the function, hence the function is increasing, hence the function is increasing in its domain. So how did I found out that the function is increasing? Just we need to find the slope. Then I need to prove that the slope is positive. If our slope is positive, then we can say that the function is increasing. So we see that x square is always positive, 2 plus x whole square is always positive. Now another condition is given in the question, that is x is less than minus 1. This condition is given in the question. So if you take minus 1 this side, I get x plus 1 less, sorry. It's the condition is given x is greater than minus 1. So if I take minus 1 this side, so I get x plus 1 greater than 0. So if x plus 1 greater than 0, that means what? X plus 1 is also a positive number. I see x plus 1 in here. So x plus 1 is also positive. So the entire thing is positive. And since the slope is positive, so we can say that the function is increasing. Am I clear? Yes or no? Understood? How we know that the slope is always positive? So that thing we conclude that it is an increasing function throughout its domain. Now question number 8. That is a very very important question. Question number 8. Find the values of x for which y is equal to x, x minus 2 whole square, sorry, x minus 2, this one whole square is an increasing function. So you have to find the value of x for which the function y is equal to x into x minus 2 whole square is an increasing function. So how will I do it? Again the same thing, we'll just differentiate the function. So if I differentiate the function, what do you get? So differentiating with respect to x. So differentiation of y with respect to x is dy dx is equal to, now look at here, this one is what? X square. If I write this one, it is x square into x minus 1 whole square, sorry, x minus 2 whole square. This is what it is. It is just, look at here carefully, it is this thing only, right? This one is this thing only, it's whole square. So I can put the square of each one of them. So x square into x minus 2 whole square. Now when I look at this one carefully, I see uv method. This is u and this one is v. So let us apply uv method. First you take out u, that is x square, differentiate x minus 2 whole square. And what is differentiation of x minus 2 whole square? Differentiation of x minus 2 whole square is 2 comes out, x minus 2, and then differentiation of x minus 2 is 1. So I get 2 into x minus 2. Then what should I do? Then plus x minus 2 whole square comes out. Differentiation of x square is 2x. 2x. So if I have to write this one properly, so what I write here is 2 into x square, x minus 2, plus 2 into x minus 2 whole square. Right? Now what? Now we'll think of what we can take common. You see, 2 I can take common, 1x I can take common, and x minus 2 I can take common. So I will write 2 into x minus 2. So what remains? If I take 2 into x minus 2 from the first one, I get x from here. And from the second one, I get plus x minus 2 from here. So what I get? 2x, x minus 2. And this one is what? 2x minus 2. This is what we have. So I can take 2 common from here. So I get 2 into 2, that is 4x, x minus 2, x minus 1. So this is what we have. Now, I told you what for critical points we have to do. We need to find, after this step, my step number 2 is to find critical points. So write down, for critical points, what is the condition for critical points? That is dy dx equal to 0. Here I will not write f dash x equal to 0. We have to write dy dx equal to 0. So what will I write? So 4x, x minus 2, x minus 1 equal to 0. So what are the critical points we see from here? The critical points are, tell me fast, what are the critical points, guys? Come on. What are the critical points? Come on, tell me fast. What are the critical points? Eh, So first thing you see, x is equal to 0 is 1, x equal to 0, then x equal to 2, and then x equal to 1. Yes or no? These are the critical points, right? Okay, clear? These are the critical points. Clear? Now after finding the critical points, what I will do is, I have to find the number line. So let us draw the number line. So we have here, this number line we have. Now in that number line, what I will do is, we need to plot these critical points. So let us plot. So first I have 0, then I have 1, then I have 2. So these three critical points we have plotted, right? Now after plotting the critical points, now I told you, we have already discussed what after doing this, what we will do. So this, achha, this number line has been divided into how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these critical points divide the number line into 4 parts, right? So first thing, I will take a value more than 2. Let us take a value more than 2. Let us take 3. After taking 3, put 3 in here and tell me, will it be positive or negative? Put 3 in there and tell me, will it be positive or negative? Fast. Tell me fast. If I put 3 in there, will it be positive or negative? The slope will be positive or negative? Huh? If I put x equal to 3, come on guys. So if I put 3 in here, 3 into 4 is 12, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So it is what? Positive, right? So I will write here f dash x is greater than 0. Now let us think of a number between 1 and 2. So if I think of a number between 1 and 2, that is 3 by 2. So let us put 3 by 2 in there and see what do we get. Let us put 3 by 2 in there and see what you get. Now if I put 3 by 2 in here, so 4 into 3 by 2, then 3 by 2 minus 2, and 3 by 2 minus 1. So this one is positive, these are positive, but this one is negative. So the entire thing becomes negative. So what I will write here, so here between 1 and 2, the slope will, f dash x is less than 0, right? And let us take a number between 0 and 1. Let us take half. So it becomes 4 into half minus 2, and it becomes half minus 1. This one is also negative, this one is also negative. So negative makes positive. So I will write here positive. I will write there f dash x is greater than 0, right? Then the next one, last one, 0 to minus infinity. So in this range, I will take minus 1. Let us take minus 1. So if I put minus 1 in here, what do you get? 4 into minus 1, minus 1 minus 2, then minus 1 minus 1. So what do you get? Minus, this one is also negative, this one is also negative, and this one is also negative. So I get the value will be negative. So here it will be f dash x is less than 0. So these are the things which we got from the number line. Now guys, tell me the interval. Look at the diagram carefully and tell me the interval in which the function is increasing. Come on, tell me first. Come on, come on, come on. Tell me fast. In which interval the function is increasing? Hmm? Come on, guys. In which interval is the function increasing? Pass. Try, guys, try. Look at here the interval in which the function is f dash x is greater than 0, right? This interval, and the other one is what? Other one is what? This interval, right? So what are the intervals we have? Yes, 0 to 1 union 2 to infinity. That's right. So my answer for that question will be the function is increasing in the interval 0 to 1 union 2 to infinity. That will be my answer. Look at it carefully and see. Guys, please don't have doubts. If you have doubts, please clear it up. Okay? So that's how we do question number 8. Now question number 9. Very, very important question. Question number 9. So let's do question number 9. So in question number 9, what you see is prove that the function y is equal to 4 sine t divided by 2 plus cos t, 2 plus cos theta minus theta is an increasing function of theta, increasing function of theta in the range is given as 0 to pi by 2. So they have told you to prove that this one is an increasing function. So before thinking much, you just find the slope. And how to find slope? We already know that is differentiating with respect to. Here I will not do with respect to x. Here I will do with respect to theta. Differentiating with respect to theta. So what I get, dy d theta is equal to, now look at here again, u by v rule. So divide by 2 plus cos theta whole square, then 2 plus cos theta out, then differentiation of 4 sin theta is what? It is 4 cos theta, then minus 4 sin theta out, differentiation of 2 plus cos theta is what? Minus sin theta, and then minus, don't forget this one, differentiation of theta is what? 1. So this is what we have. Now let us simplify this one further. So what do you get? Let us multiply 4 into 2 cos theta, that is 8 cos theta plus 4 cos square theta. Then what do you have? Plus 4 sin square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. We should have done the square. Achha, now you see one thing, 4 cos square theta plus 4 sin square theta. If I take 4 common, I will get this one as 1. So I get 8 cos theta plus 4. Now if I do the LCM, what I get? So 2 plus cos theta whole square, I'm doing the LCM. So what I get? 2 plus cos theta whole square. This is what we have. So let us do the a plus b whole square. 8 cos theta plus 4 minus, this one is what? 4, then we have plus 4 cos theta, then we have plus cos square theta, divide by 2 plus cos theta whole square. 2 plus cos theta whole square is equal to, let us simplify, 8 cos theta plus 4 minus 4 minus 4 cos theta minus cos square theta. So now look at here, let us see what we can cancel. We can cancel 4 and 4 gets cancelled. Then we can write 8 cos theta minus 4 cos theta gives you 4 cos theta minus cos square theta. 4 cos theta minus cos square theta. So 4 cos theta minus cos square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. So this is what we got the slope. Let me just check once. 4 cos theta minus cos square theta. 4 cos theta. Yes. So this is the slope which we got. So we have to prove what? We have to prove that the function is increasing function of theta in this range. So we have to prove this thing from 0 to pi by 2 it is increasing. So what we can do, so all we need to do is that we have to prove that dy dx is greater than 0 in 0 to pi by 2. So that thing we have to prove. Okay. So let us do one thing. Let us take cos theta common from here. If I take cos theta common, what I get? 4 minus cos theta divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. Now, I told you what, in order to prove the function to be increasing, all we need to do is that to prove that slope is positive. Now look at here. Now check whether this one is positive for all values of theta or not. For all values of theta means from 0 to pi by 2. For values of theta between 0 to pi by 2, is it uh, positive or not? Tell me. Guys, tell me. 2 plus cos theta whole square, is it positive or negative? 2 plus cos theta whole square, is it positive or negative? I want everyone to answer. Please tell me. If you cannot, then tell me. 2 plus cos theta whole square, is it positive or negative? Yeah, tell me. Square of any number is positive. So 2 plus cos theta whole square is always positive. No matter what value of theta, this one is always positive. Right? Yes or no? Okay. Now tell me, 4 minus cos theta, is it positive or negative? 4 minus cos theta, is it positive or negative? In order to know about 4 minus cos theta, what I need to know is about cos theta. First, you tell me what is the minimum and maximum value of cos theta? The minimum and maximum value of cos theta is how much? Come on, guys, you know this thing. What is the minimum and maximum value of cos theta? Huh? Nobody knows. Come on. Minimum and maximum value of cos theta is how much? It is minus 1 is the minimum value of cos theta and 1 is the maximum value of cos theta. So no matter what value between minus 1 to 1, 4 minus cos theta will always be positive because 4 is always more than minus 1 to 1. Any number you pick between minus 1 to 1, 4 is always more. So if I subtract 4 from that any number between minus 1 to 1, will always get positive. So we get what? 4 minus cos theta is also positive, right? 4 minus cos theta is also positive. Now the next question is cos theta. Now look at the cos theta. Here 0 to pi by 2 they are saying about which quadrant? 0 to pi by 2 is first quadrant. Now in first quadrant cos theta is positive or not? In first quadrant cos theta is positive or not? It's positive, right? So since cos theta is positive in 0 to pi by 2, so the entire thing is positive. And since the entire thing is positive or the slope is positive, we can say that the given function is increasing in 0 to pi by 2. So write down. So write down. Cos theta is positive in cos theta is positive. Wait a second, let me check the quadrant. In 0 to pi by 2. So dy dx is positive. So dy dx is positive for all theta element of 0 to pi by 2. Hence hence the function is increasing. I don't have to find critical point in here. All I need to do is I need to prove that the slope is always positive. So I don't need to find critical point because they have told you whether it's increasing or not. Okay, so I don't need to find the critical points. Hence the function is increasing in 0 to pi by 2. I just need to check whether the slope is always positive or not. Am I clear? Okay. Acha, question number 10 will be homework.